guys, Steve from B&S Customs here. Today we're going to be looking at the window regulator on this 2005 Pontiac Grand Am Ram Air. So this is the same Grand Am we replaced the radio on. The owner said it's going great still. So with the window here, she said that it used to come down and it would rattle. However, when we tried it now, you can hear the window, the motor turning, but the window's not moving at all. I'm afraid it might even be free floating there, or only one side of the window regulator is connected to it. It looks like two cables go up inside the door, and that's where those clips go that we're going to be replacing on it. So first thing we're going to do is secure the window here. I'm going to use some packaging tape and just hold it up. I didn't have any clamps big enough to fit around the frame of the window here. It is pretty thick here, but if you have some type of secure clamp though, you can do that too. Started here, there is a Phillips head screw inside the door handle there. We're going to use a flat blade screwdriver or some other type of flat blade to pop up the window control here. Disconnect that. I believe there is another screw in behind the lens here as well, so we're just going to pop that off the same way with the flat blade screwdriver. And there's one more in here as well. One more thing you can do, if you're ever working in a door on any project or tight area, is take your tool, my screwdriver here in this case, and there's a magnet on the back of this light. Just keep sliding it up and down the magnet in one direction. You'll magnetize the screwdriver, so you're less likely to drop any bolts or anything down the door. So after removing that Phillips head screw, you can open the door handle, and from the front here, begin to pull this off. So all I did was come in with the flat blade and just pry at the top here. Got some leverage on it, get a little bit down the edge, put my fingers underneath, and it just popped up. And now you can just remove that and start disconnecting everything here. So I got the controls off. I had to muscle this one off pretty hard. It just in there really good, but there is one more screw inside the door that you have to get. So that magnetic screwdriver might come in handy. So for the rear lens here, I came at it from right here, flat. I was able to pry up, and then you can see up here where the tab actually is. All you really gotta do is just push down that tab though and come out. So before I show you how to pull the door panel off, you wanna pop off the triangle here. Just pull right back off, pops right off. There's a connector here to take off, and that'll let you do the next part where we're gonna pick the door skin up and off the frame. So to get this disconnected, you have to push the screwdriver in from the front and pull this up from the back. What you gotta do is come in here and just pry up on the tab here, let the tab go underneath it. So to get started on pulling the panel off after removing all the screws is right here. It's a place where you can come in and grab from. I actually get underneath the door here and run my hand up and across and pull like the Hulk to pop these. They just pop off, and now the door is hanging kind of loose. All you have to do now is pick it up off of the edge of the frame here. Just pick it straight up, think, and pull it out. The door's pulled right off the frame there, straight up, and pulled it back. I cleared the control wires, connectors here, and finally there's a trunk pop here you got to disconnect as well. I just gently remove the foam insulation and the rubber behind it, if there is any. Nope, it's rubber backed. There's two of them. Just be careful with it. You can always retape it when you put it back on. I've reconnected the window control motors here, and I got the car turned into accessory mode. Right here, this is the clip. This should be connected to the glass here on this side too. Down in there. Yep, right there. That should also be connected to the glass. If I move the window, you can see they're going. Glass isn't there. So I think the glass was just free flow, and it's a good thing we taped it down. I'd use packaging tape, it's pretty clear, but there it is. The next step is remove the centerpiece here. 10mm socket, we'll get this off, and then you'll be able to pull the plate out. And then we're gonna go about moving the window regulator, which is the frame that these are riding on. There's gonna be 4 bolts for that. 1, 2, and then I just folded this tarp down, the rain guard down, because it was really glued on tough. But there's the other one, 3, and number 4. I have the bottom 2 bolts out. All I'm gonna do is loosen these a little bit and then slide the whole regulator up. It's 2 bars going down, one here, and the other one is right here. It's gonna go like accordion too, so when you grab it, you can squeeze it together, turn the thing, and work it out through the whole way here. The motor's gonna come with it, which you have to disconnect as well. It's right here, we're gonna do that now. And then the wiring harness should stay behind. I discovered one more bolt here. right above the motor, holding it to the frame of the door here. So I was able to loosen the one side, lift it straight up and pull it back. This side, the top of it's in the glass, so you want to take this one all the way off. There's one tab here holding the entire this wire in place here. As it came loose, I was able to drop the motor part down into the door and bring the top part over by pushing it down, and see it just collapses here. It looks like an X of 2 bars and a cross of wires. You can just accordion it down, pull it out, and now I'm gonna lift it straight up and pull the bottom part out as well. So what I did was I threw a bunch of shirts into the bottom of the door there just to build up a layer of protection when I lower the window. You could also use a piece of 2x4 or something, or a cardboard box that you're sturdy enough it's gonna hold it. I'm gonna undo the last piece of tape here and bring the window down, let it rest on that pile of clothes. All right, so the pile of clothes here worked perfectly. You can see on the front side here, it's just, the clip is just pushed on, the rest of it's not there. All right, so after looking at what happened with the window over there, looking at the window regulator, you can see here's the entire tab that pulled off the back side of it. It looks like there's even some glue in there as well. And this side totally broke off. We saw the square side on the window, and here's the tab, the missing tab of it. So what I'm gonna do is, with the new clips I have here, I'm gonna go over to the window first with these. We're gonna push these onto the glass, because I'd rather push it onto the glass with my hand than trying to bolt this into the window regulator and push the window down onto that little tab on the window regulator. It'll probably break something. So I'm gonna add a little silicone RTV in there to help it stick a little bit and put these on. So this was a bear. What happened was, as you saw before, this was on here, and the front part was on as well. It's impossible to get off. Some people take the window off to do this. I took a Dremel and I came in on what was the back side of it, just like this over here. Get my hand out of the way, like that. I took a Dremel and I came in along the bottom, along the side, not touching the glass though, but just eating up the plastic. Then I took a small flathead screwdriver and came in. I was able to come down and push and break off the one half of it. And then I took a hair dryer, heated this thing up for about a good 3-4 minutes. Got it really hot here because there's some of that black weather stripping was holding it on. And then I was able to come with the screwdriver again and pushing up off the back while someone else pushed down the window and held it in place for us. We were able to get that off. So it's probably better to install the new clips into the window regulator than it is to put them on the window first. So seeing as how I put the one side on the window already, that's gonna come off, that's the old tab. I'm gonna install this tab onto the window regulator. So I got one tab on the window and I got the other one on the regulator, and hopefully I should be able to adjust it where I can get the one tab in and then this one will just push onto the window wherever it lines up. Pull the window all the way up and tape it into place. You just take your time doing it and make sure you got it balanced. As you bring it up, it should stay in the track and go up. From there, we went ahead and took the bottom of the window regulator with the motor and put it into the bottom part of the window down there and let it lay in there. And then I took the top part, pushed it down, worked it in, and then just stood that side up over to here, and we put the one bolt in and hung it. Then brought the other part up, turned it in, and bolted it here. And then I put the bolt in for the window motor as well. And now I'm gonna put the two into the bottom, one over here and one over here somewhere. All right, so I have the window motor regulator bolted back into place. I put the switch back into the motor, and I also reconnected the control panel here. It's the long black one. And I moved the window to bring up the tabs to a good spot where we could see it. Now this is the side I pushed onto the window. And as you see over here, there's the tab right there. That one we're gonna lower the window into. So right now we're gonna take the tape off, slowly bring down the window to rest here, and then we're gonna bolt the tab there, and hopefully this one will slide right on. So as planned, it worked great. I was able to raise the tracks up to where we did. We went up a little bit higher than before, than I showed, and just brought the glass down. What we had to do was push this side on first, so I kind of supported a little bit, and just got it going, and then we came over, lightly tapped the window down just enough to get the bolt in, and then hand tighten it. Don't use any air tools or power tools, electric tools here. And at that point, then came over to this side, pushed down a little bit more, made sure it was snug, and then I brought the window all the way down, and then we went all the way up. And there we go. Sounds like the motor may be going sometime in the future, but after looking at it right here, it's real simple to change this motor out, so no big deal if we have to come in if this motor goes anytime soon. So remember to replace the center brace before buttoning everything back up. So all that's left down to do is to just re-tack the weather stripping on there, and we're gonna put the foam guard back on, rehang the door skin, put the screws back in, the lens back on, and be sure to take off the controls again before you start hanging the door skins and everything. Pull your switch gauges up through the trim here before you start bolting it down and pushing the pins back in. All right, so we got everything back together. Let's go ahead and try the window out here. It goes down, and it goes all the way up. Motor struggling a little bit, just as it was like that before, so all the way up. Passenger side works as well. Locks worked, mirror worked, and the trunk pop worked. Be sure to test all that, and you should be good to go. So that wraps it up for us. Hope this video helped you out. The only thing to remember there is use the hair dryer there if you have to get the tabs off the window. Heat it up good and get in there with a little screwdriver. You should be able to break those tabs off. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time. Take care.